The Trade Desk. Is it a true innovation in digital marketing? Today I will show you how to use one of the most powerful advertising platforms. In my 6 years of experience in digital marketing, I've seen how the right tools can dramatically improve campaign performance. In this video, we will go through all of the stages, from setting up an account to creating and optimizing ad campaign. Ready to learn how to get the most out of the Trade Desk and achieve superior campaign results? Let's start. Let's start from what the Trade Desk is. The Trade Desk is a leading independent demand-side platform. The Trade Desk has tons of inventory and data integrations that allows advertisers to buy digital ad placements across all possible inventory sources like connected TV, streaming TV, digital out-of-home, standard display and video, audio, and even mobile app, and target all possible different audiences, even very narrow custom segments. Basically, what the Trade Desk do, it combines inventory, audience, bidding system to connect all of these things together and deliver the best ad to the best audience in the right place, in the right time, with the right price. Also, this platform is probably the most popular, especially in adtech media. Everybody speaks about it, and there are a few reasons for that. So the first is that they really do a great job with innovation. They constantly work on improving user interface and overall user experience in their platform. It is worth noting that they bring a lot of new partners, and especially very famous ones like Disney Plus. The next thing here is inventory curation. So what they do is they created a site list that advertiser can apply for their campaign. Not even site list, sellers and publishers 500 plus. So this list includes 20,000 plus URLs. So now you can apply this list to your campaign, and you can be almost 100% sure that your campaign will not be exposed by MFA sites or low quality sites or things like that. It can guarantee that you serve your ads on high quality sites and publishers that the Trade Desk verified. And this platform is especially popular for digital marketers who is thinking about the future of open web and our industry, because Google is deprecating third-party cookies. Now they switch their approach and they want users to get rid of third-party cookies. But anyway, maybe in the next 6 months or maybe next year, I don't know, nobody knows, but cookie will disappear or their share will decrease to few percent. So advertisers will need to find a new solutions. And the Trade Desk has UID2 integration. They have OpenPath. They have their S&P 500 plus, and all of these things are connected to each other. So they will have a site list, unique identifier, and inventory that support all of these great things, which means that advertisers will not be significantly impacted by cookie deprecation. So if you are thinking about things like that, I recommend you considering Trade Desk as your platform. Their user interface is also great. It constantly changes, and I personally like it. It's very convenient. It supports bulk operation, SDFs, so it really helps with workflow. It makes it more straightforward, and it helps to decrease overall time spent on optimizations and changes in the platform. And the Trade Desk, the same as other DSPs, is very popular for large advertisers, because the Trade Desk allows to run a large full funnel campaign starting from CTV to standard display and video retargeting. So you can control frequency across all of your steps in the funnel and keep your audience, creatives, tracking pixels, data segments, all of these things in one platform, which is very convenient. And it's interesting that the Trade Desk built its own ecosystem, starting from educational portal to all of these UID2 integrations, S&P 500 plus, OpenPath. So it's really hard to leave it, because you can work in cookieless environment, you can educate yourself in their website, and you can learn more about ad tech and digital marketing on their news website. But how to start using it? Actually, you need to get access to the trade desk, and this is a bit complicated. There are two ways to get access. First is to go directly to the trade desk, and it's a bit challenging because you need to meet their spend requirements, and as far as I know, it's 100k minimum. So I think this might not be affordable for some advertisers. There is a second way. You can go to reseller, get access to the trade desk, and pay reseller fee to, for example, ad agency. Unfortunately, there is no way to get access by creating an account in the platform and go through usual registration process. So let's dive into the trade desk. And this is the first thing you will see when you open your advertiser. And yes, this is Mendeley periodic table. We see that some cards, the trade desk calls it tiles, let's call it tiles, and you can see that some of them are great. That's because we are on advertiser level, so in order to make them active we need to go to campaign level. What else we have here? In the left we have portfolio button, and this is more usual view for digital marketers. Here we have campaign names, some statistics, filters, and things like that. Also, we can create campaign, import spreadsheet, export template in order to implement bulk changes. This is, by the way, very helpful. In the right upper corner, we have basic campaign metrics like spend, underspend, number of campaigns live, and so on. Also, in the left, we have profile settings, advertiser preferences, tools, help and learning, and yeah, we have possibility to return to their previous UI, but we will keep working in the Solimar. Let's open campaign just to unblock all of the elements here. In the left, we have advertiser elements, and this is the basic settings for your advertiser. For example, you can create seeds that will help you identify relevance of your campaign. You can track how relevance is changing when you implement some settings, and so on. Let's get back. We have creative library, Rails. This is the setting that allows you to, for example, implement, if you run your campaign in US only, you can apply US Rail here and make sure that all of your ad groups are running in US. Let's get back to the overview. Then we have campaign tile with basic campaign settings. So here we have channels, campaign settings, as I said. So here we can choose KPI, secondary, primary, set up a budget, set up a pacing, flight dates, fees and rates, viewability, edit campaign seats, edit campaign name. So very basic stuff. Then we have ad group settings. For example, here we have base and max bids, and this is very interesting. So you can compare your bids to similar advertisers and understand, do you need to bid more or less? I really love this feature, and this is exclusive for Kokai. Also, we have ad group goals, funnel location, and ad groups. Next group of tiles is audience and optimization, and probably this is the most important part of the UI for traders. Here we can set up an audience and choose audience targeting. We can set up a core audiences. We can choose a recency. Also, we can choose campaign and ad group geography, language, device details, choose devices, OS, browsers, and things like that. This is very important. The next group of tiles is inventory tiles, and this is also very important because here you can choose and set up viewability, add formats, apply some contextual targeting, and inventory controls. The last but not least, reporting and AI. Here we have measurement marketplace, where we can choose different measurement partners, for example, for viewability. Also, we have co-optimizations, data marketplace, forward market and deals, forecasting, activity log. This is kind of change log, also very helpful. And probably the most important part of this style is reports. And that's it. And now I want to walk you through the campaign creation process. Let's start. So in our main view, we can click on new campaign, And right here, we need to paste our budget. So let it be $100,000. Here we have pacing settings. I would recommend you choosing pace evenly, because when we choose pace ahead, it will be pacing 25% higher than even. Pace to daily spend cap is also great feature, but if you have big issues with your campaign pacing, like I just would recommend pace evenly. Then start and end dates. So let's keep it as it is. Click next. Here is the KPIs section, and since I don't have pixels there, let's choose just reach. But in your campaign, you will have conversion KPI, and if you run performance campaign, I would recommend you adding your conversion pixel. If you run branding campaign, it would be better to focus on reach, cost per completed view, incremental reach, or VCPM, for example. So we have our KPI here. Let's click next. Now we need to choose seeds. I recommend you creating a seed based on your conversion pixel. Using this seed, your campaign will be optimizing towards your ideal customer. So I have seed created here, and yeah, let's click next. Well, we have formats here. Let's choose display for this campaign, but this only depends on your strategy and format. If you run CTV, click CTV. If you run video, click video. If you run display and video, like click on display and video, it will create two campaigns. And the same with other formats. If it's out of home, just click out of home and generate campaign. Okay, now we can generate our first campaign. Click generate campaign. It will take some time. Yep. Well, congrats, we just created our first campaign, but that's not it. Now we need to create ad group, because campaign is just wrap of ad groups. So here, click add ad group. Also, we need to wait just a sec. Yeah, now we need to type a name. Let's use just something like ad group 1, funnel location. It depends on your goal. If you run branding campaign, choose awareness. If it's retargeting, reactivation, bottom of the funnel activity, choose conversion. If you run prospecting, middle of the funnel, choose consideration. Since we have reach goal, let's stick to branding campaign and click on awareness. Let's also keep display only. Then device types. Let's use for our display campaign just mobile, PC and tablet. I would recommend sticking to just basic logic here. We can't run display on CTV, for example, so let's use basic setup here. As for the ad environments, let's use classical mobile and web without in-app. And yeah, goal, we can add additional goal, but let's keep reach. For performance campaigns, for sure, you can choose ROAS here. Also, you can use cost per click. I don't recommend optimizing tower clicks. That's a totally separate thing. We can choose CPA and CTR, viewability, all other things. Like, let's keep it short. For performance campaign, choose ROAS or CPA. For branding, reach, viewability, incremental reach, or viewable CPM. Let's keep it reach just for example. In this step, we need to choose the right audience. You can build it right away using the Trade Desk data integrations, or you can use from your library. Also, we can use core audiences. This is kind of audience that the Trade Desk will be optimizing, and we can also target everyone. I don't recommend using this targeting. Well, for our campaign, let's use something very basic. So let it be demographic targeting. We can choose 25 plus, we can choose gender here. It depends on your campaign goal, it depends on your strategy. So stick to your advertising strategy. And here we need to choose reporting country. So yeah, let's choose United States. Then cross device. For standard display and video campaigns, choose reach individuals. If you run CTV campaign, you can choose reach households. It will expand your targeting reach because you will not be reaching individuals, but you will be reaching households. Let's keep it reach individual. We run standard display campaign. Frequency. Frequency is a very important setting. Here we can choose our maximum cap. Also, we can limit number of impressions for user. For our campaign, let's use 1 ads per minute. I recommend you using this setting across all of your campaigns. This will not allow the trade desk to clutter web page with your ads and spend your budget not effectively. The next station is geos. Here we need to choose geo targeting, and I recommend you sticking to your strategy. If you don't have geo strategy, you can check best geos, for example, in your client GA4, or ask your client about geo performance in other channels and start with best performing geos. In our case, let it be just United States. This one. Oh, we forgot to choose graph options. Let's use just identity alliance here. Well, in this step we need to choose creatives. I don't have any creatives in this advertiser, but for your campaign, just use creative that you are going to serve for your audience. Then we need to choose publishers and inventory. If you don't have a low list, aka whitelist, I would recommend you choosing sellers and publishers 500 plus. This is the list the trade desk curates, and you can be sure that you will not find your ads on MFA sites. If you have a low list and you're creating your inventory, you can use open market here. We will use sellers and publishers 500 plus. In this step we need to choose base and max bid, so it really depends. We can start from $2 as a base bid and $5 as a max bid, and then we can optimize it based on campaign insights. It also takes some time. And congrats, we just created our first ad group in the trade desk. Now let's talk about audiences. Basically, there are 3 main types of audience. First of all, your audience that you build based on your pixel data. Second, imported audience from CRM. And third-party audiences that you can build using audience marketplace in the trade desk. So let's build an audience. We can use behavioral segments, and let's choose United States here and finance. Okay, we got finance. Let's imagine we want to apply demographical audience on top of this to make our targeting more precise. Let's do this. Let's use demographics and age range. And for example, 35 plus. Finance 35 plus. And create. Now, I want to show you how to create a retargeting audience. To do that, we need to create pixels first. There are 2 ways: create universal pixel or image pixel. Let's create universal pixel. Purchasers and create. Now, this pixel should be implemented on the homepage of your website. Ideally to use GTM to implement it across all pages. Then you can map it in the trade desk creating rules by URL. So let's go to the audience section and we can click build audience, add data group and first party data. And here you will see all available segments. Actually, I don't have any campaigns running there or any active pixels, so that's why I don't have any data here. But you should just choose your data segments and press create audience, and that's it. And now let's build lookalike audience. To do that, go to audience section, build audience, lookalike, browse, and we have to choose pixel that we would like to use, so let it be converters, add and generate. It probably won't generate anything because I don't have any pixel live, but in your case it should generate lookalike, and after that just click create audience. I recommend you using your purchaser data to create lookalikes to be as precise as possible. Now, let's dive deeper into the reporting section. There are 3 main reporting sections there: reports, dashboard, scheduled reports, and RTB impressions. Actually, I use RTB impressions and scheduled reports only, but maybe dashboard could be helpful for someone. RTB impressions is a type of report that I would recommend using only for very quick data pulls. For example, if you need to quickly check campaign ad spend or conversions or CPM, something like that, for the last 30 days without any additional layers of complexity. Speaking of the scheduled reports, this is the most interesting part, and probably each report requires a separate video. I just want to describe my overall approach, and let's go into the optimization details, and I will show you what data I typically pull. And let's use at least last 30 days review content, and there are a lot of things there. Actually, we can keep ad group, turn these things off. We can keep impressions, advertiser cost, advertiser CPM, clicks, CTR. We can calculate using impression and clicks, the same as we do with CPC, and conversions. I recommend using total click plus view conversions there. Let's use pixel number 1 and conversion metric total click plus view conversions to get total conversions. Confirm. And here we can remove all of these reports because we just need ad groups. So what I recommend? I recommend pulling data for ad groups and pulling basic campaign metrics like impression, clicks, cost, and conversions. Then you can calculate all of the other metrics in your spreadsheet. I recommend keeping taxonomy clean so you can split your taxonomy in the Google Sheet and analyze different dimensions in the pivot table. This is super helpful, and this will allow you to look at your campaign from different angles and optimize it. But what about my personal opinion? I think the Trade Desk is one of the best DSPs in the market right now, and there are a lot of reasons for that. First of all, this DSP is very convenient for traders. There are a lot of ways to automate your workflow using bulk uploads or spreadsheets. Reporting is very transparent. You can pull like almost whatever you want about your campaign. Using the Trade Desk, you have an access to almost all of the premium publishers in the world in the open web, and this is super beneficial because you can run your campaigns almost everywhere using all formats. That's really great. And they really care about advertisers. They curate inventory, so you won't find your ads on MF8s or low quality sites. You can apply S&P 500 plus list to make sure that you serve only on the best publishers in the open internet. And I won't stop saying that their customer support is the best in the market right now. Their reps are very responsive and usually very helpful. And one more interesting thing, they have created a full ecosystem around their advertising platform, starting from the current, which is their news website, to S&P 500 plus, which is their inventory list. So they do everything to keep you in their ecosystem. The same as Apple probably, and I think that's fine. They bring a lot of value for advertisers. They make advertisers' life easier. They make ecosystem better. And they didn't pay me for this video, but they probably could. With all that being said, I've written really a lot about this platform in my community, describing what S&P 500 Plus is, what are the main benefits of their new update. If you want to check these articles, if you want to share your opinion, and if you want to ask your question about the Trade Desk, you can join my community by following the link below in the description. And yeah, don't hesitate, ask questions and learn. And here are my tips for using Trade Desk effectively. Tip number 1, bid factors. Don't be fooled by bid factors. This is a great thing, but bid factors don't allow you to control spend accurately. It's just increasing or decreasing bids, but it doesn't mean that it's decreasing or increasing spend. Second tip, and probably the most valuable. I have learned in my own experience that each DSP has its own specialization. If we're speaking about the Trade Desk, the main specialization of the Trade Desk is video. So SSP are biased based on historical the Trade Desk performance and overall context in ad tech, and send the best bid requests to the Trade Desk. That means that the Trade Desk has the best video inventory available there. Next tip, consolidation. consolidate as much as possible. It will save you tons of hours on campaign management and optimizations. And there is a thing that I would not recommend, and this is core optimizations. Probably core is one of the worst AI algorithms, and yes, it becomes better and better, but so far I would recommend you to double checking everything manually. And last tip, use bulk uploads. It also will save you tons of hours on campaign management. So use bulk uploads, use campaign sheets to quickly upload all of the changes. And now I want to share more basic tips that are relevant for other DSPs as well. And I would start from probably the main pain point of programmatic advertisers. It is really easy to be disappointed. You need to clearly understand what is your goal, what are you trying to achieve using the trade desk, and what is the part of this platform in your overall marketing strategy. If you don't have this plan and strategy, I don't recommend you using any DSP. Focus on other platforms. Also, you need to have processes of optimizations in place, because otherwise it is also really easy to be disappointed, because DSPs provides a lot of flexibility, a lot of settings and like audiences, inventory settings and things like that. If you don't know how to control all of these things, how to spend your budget effectively, I would not recommend you running any DSP. If you want to learn about this, if you want to get knowledge, you can join my community, as I shared it before, to learn from professionals and get more knowledge and watch my other videos. But still, it takes some time, because I won't stop saying it is really easy to be disappointed with programmatic, because it requires a lot of expertise. And last but not least, automation. You need to think how to automate all of the processes, starting from campaign creation to budgeting and reporting. And I would recommend you starting from bulk uploads and spreadsheets, because it will significantly reduce your time that you spend on optimizations. The Trade Desk, one of the best DSPs, and can be a great asset in your marketing strategy. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos. See you soon.